Hi, I'm Brendan Moran. I'm a data scientist with EMC Greenplum, and my credentials in that space are from a background in engineering and applied psychology. The interesting one where big data is going to have a big impact moving forward is I see a collision between kind of big data scientists at the moment, which is the current buzzword, and also application developers. One of the kind of changes I see in the clients that I go speak to these days is the need for a client not just to have a big data insight or have a big data raw material, but make use of that. And one of the uses where you kind of surface it to a client is through mobile device and application development. And one of the trends we're seeing is specific technologies and techniques called big data mobile development application that's occurring. And I think those are the ones to look out for in the future, and we'll see some specialist companies. EMC Greenplum, ourselves, we've acquired a company called Pivotal Labs specifically to architect and build these big data applications for mobile devices. I think the biggest change that big data will have inside an organization, and today we talked through a number of the elements in an organizational stack, from culture and service down through process, visualization, analytics, right the way down to the hardcore technical infrastructure itself. I think the biggest change will actually be at the board level. And one of the reasons I make that assertion is unless an organization moves to a big data driven organization, they're not going to actually capitalize upon the benefits that big data brings. So in all the kind of conversations we're having at the moment, we're saying what big data can do for the business, but the big data will change the business strategy and the business plan, and that's what has to happen, and that change has to occur at the board level. And where I see it being affected is that there'll be one or two, say, more forward-thinking CXO members who will initially sponsor the idea in through the business and to the board, and then very quickly their peers at the table will see the benefits to be had, and from there we will see data-driven organizations emerge in the true sense. So where I see the market going over the next 12 months is currently there's still a lot of talk on the technical level and the differences between structured and unstructured, and we also have conversations about Hadoop. I think from a technology perspective that will just disappear over the next 12 months. I see these technologies converging. Clients that will successfully want to put a big data strategy in place need to kind of be saying to the vendors, look, I don't care whether it's structured or unstructured, whether it's fast or slow. You just need to be able to kind of give me an ecosystem to manage that data. And I think the smarts in the environment will move up. So all the kind of technologies will just operate seamlessly across these data sets. Also, I see the emergence more of when we talk about analytics currently, we're always referring to, say, in-database analytics that kind of speed queries up. I think the next step in the agile development will not be the fact that we have in-database analytics, but the actual deployment and utilization of those analytics will become quicker and more agile. And where I see this happening is there'll be a lot more people using kind of drag and drop technologies and kind of building workflow methodologies to speed up the acquisition of insights. We're not looking and this will cover, say, 90% of kind of people's requirements on a day-to-day business in a true data-enabled big organization. And I think that's where companies need to be looking at in that kind of rapid analytic process space will be one where I'd kind of counsel clients to look closely at. And again, EMC and Greenplum have started on that route. We've announced recent kind of partnering agreements with a company called Alpine Data Labs, and they do that. We trialled that at one of our hackathons recently, and it was met with rapturous response. So going, wow, this just gives me insights in a matter of minutes as opposed to months. And that's what businesses want. They want that ability to fail fast and fail often. I think events like this are incredibly important because clients are looking to get a feel for what's happening inside the space, but more importantly, businesses are looking at big data as a raw material. The raw material has the ability to transform their business. Transforming business implies innovation, and you get innovation by looking and pulling ideas from other parts of the business. And one of the most kind of compelling events of attending sessions like this is you find out what other companies are doing. You may not wish to replicate what they're doing, but you certainly be able to pull out facets of them, of what they're doing with big data, and then apply it to your own kind of business challenges. And I think that's one of the more valuable stuff in here. It's going to inspire people to innovate around big data.